Hello, welcome to today's daily antidote of song. So glad you guys are joining us here to celebrate day 1329. Thanks to Carolyn and Boise for the cue card. So glad you guys are here. I want to say to anybody who's new today in this room or on the live stream, we are the daily antidote of song. We're made possible by Carpe Diem Arts. We are one sing-along song virtually every single day, free. Everyone is welcome. And if you ever want to find us, come right here and join us for a song. It's an uplift. It's a little bit of strength and power and joy that we can bring to our days during trying times in the world. And today's song leader had to change dates at the last minute for a situation that is going on in her world. And so we are very lucky that today's song leader, who was a new friend called Yulan, happens to also be the partner of Fabrizio Cammarata, who very, very graciously decided to join us today in her stead, which is awesome. And Fabri actually reminded me that today is the International Day Fabri, do you remember how to say it? Remembrance of violence against women, or... Oh, you're muted. Sorry, you're muted. Muted.
Okay. It's the International Day for the Elimination of Violence against Women. Yeah.
Thank you. Elimination of violence against women. And it's an important topic and, in fact, very related to things that are going on in the world at this very moment. So we'll talk more about that. But Fabri's bringing us a song to help us think about that today on this day. So I would like to wave a hello to everybody out there on our live stream. Thank you for joining us today. We're very glad you're here. And a hello to all the folks in this room. So Aaron in Brooklyn, thanks for doing our tech today. And Fabri, thank you for coming in from Sicily, Italy. And Kathy in Virginia, we're so glad you're here today and hope you're feeling lots better. Athena in Brooklyn, nice to see you today. Hi to Marcia from Huntsville. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to find out in a moment. Susan in Cincinnati, Julie in Ontario, Arlene in California, Aloysius in Massachusetts, Sheila in Florida, I think that's Kate in Charlottesville, Bob in Albany, Carolyn in Boise, Idaho, Linda on Orcas Island, Mabel and the Bears in Massachusetts, Nancy in Washington State, Kathy in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, Kevin in Washington, D.C., Anne in Nashville, Hoda in British Columbia, Storm in Massachusetts, Annette in California, Bonnie in Idaho, Trish in Victoria. Super fun to see all of you guys here today. Kevin Ennis also reminding us that is day 1329 in New Hampshire and everywhere, actually. Anne in Silver Spring, Kat in Vermont, Bronwyn in Victoria, Louise, thanks for being here today. Marjorie, thank you. Lynn in Connecticut, Elizabeth in California, Fred in Silver Spring. Hello, Mommy, coming in from New Jersey. And I think a couple people might have popped in. If I missed you on the hello end, I will get you on the goodbye end. Thanks so much for being here. And I'm going to turn the floor over right away to Fabri so he can share what song he's chosen and sing with us. Fabri, thank you so much.
Thank you. So this is a Ben Harper song. He's one of my favorite singer-songwriters, and he's also an activist. So he once wrote a song called "Widow of a Living Man," and it's a song, you know, from the point of view of a woman who's being, mistreated and all that, and it's beautiful. The chorus goes like this. I'm the widow, I'm the widow, I'm the widow of a living man. I'm the widow, I'm the widow, I'm the widow of a living man, of a living man, of a living man. Let's try once more. I'm the widow, I'm the widow, I'm the widow of a living man. I'm the widow, I'm the widow, I'm the widow of a living man. that I better run. I better run. I better run. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm the widow of a living man. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man. Of a living man. Of a living
Thank you so much, Fabri. A very brave song from a very brave song leader here in the Daily, and also from a very brave singer-songwriter out there in the world. So, for a lot of folks, we know women, or we are women who, in some way or another, have, been subjected to violence. So that's a tough topic, and one that potentially is hitting folks personally. And so I want to just take a moment and like call that out, that singing those words and talking about this topic is tough. And so thank you for bringing this. And do you want to talk about it for a minute?
Yeah, it's a very sensitive topic right now here where I'm from in Italy, because there's a high rate of women getting killed by, mostly family members. Sometimes they are just fathers, or even brothers, or partners most of the time. And last week, a 22-year-old girl was killed by her ex, who apparently couldn't bear the fact that she was getting her degree before him. So he couldn't bear this condition of being, somewhat, behind her in the schedule. And this is almost sci-fi. It's incredible, but it's so present, and so every girlfriend of mine that I talk to, everybody has a story, like you said. Everybody has a story. That means that would make us think that, like, most of the guys are evil in that sense. I don't know if that's true for sure. Like, being a man right now means having a responsibility in a way, and our main task right now is to be, on women's side in this fight, not leave them alone. And everybody as they can. Like, a politician can help a lot, and an artist like me can just sing a song maybe from a female point of view, which is something that I do a lot because it helps me a lot, and it advocates my feminine part, which is the best part that males have, in my opinion. And yeah, so it's just to remind ourselves that that's a really, really serious and present problem.
Yeah, so thank you, Fabri. That's very beautiful. Sort of don't know where to begin with that. I was thinking when you were talking that I remember at one point hearing a statistic that said something like 4 out of every 5 women either, have been subject to violence on a spectrum, harassment to violence to whatever. And I remember at the time, sort of like, thinking of my own universe, my own friend pool, and thinking, well, gosh, at least in my world, it's 5 out of 5, not 4 out of 5. So I don't know where they came up with that number. And then I wondered, how many how many other folks would have a similar experience, right? Like that every, as you said, every woman has her story. And so it does make it challenging to not come up with the conclusion that it's like all men or most men are, some form of, and I think it's really challenging. I also was listening to a podcast. I wish I could remember the exact words where they were talking about the sort of package that comes with birth, depending on what you are born with and what sort of the rules of the game are that you're taught. And women are taught nurturing and kindness and subservience and all different things through culture and through, lots of other ways. And men are taught basically that they're right even when they're wrong, or whatever the things are. And I thought it was very stunning, because if you think about it that way, even mothers or grandmothers, and I love to think of your grandmother when I think of how you became you, they can do a lot to influence men, young men as they're growing up, in little men when they're children. But at some point, the culture of man comes in, or of like sort of standard man comes in. And it's a struggle, I think, for boys when they're hitting their teens and their young manhood, to say like, well, I might be man, but I'm not that. I'm not part of that. I think that's challenging. And so, yeah, can you say anything about sort of your mom or your grandmother and the ways that they influenced you to be in touch with your feminine side?
It's very hard to say because it's okay. I come from Sicily, which until some 3 or 4 decades ago, and I was born 41 years ago. I mean, it used to be a very traditional place, and I kind of remember, as a kid, hearing stories of you know, abuse and everything, and just knowing that it was normal. Just to remind you, like, just until 1981, the crime of homicide for homicide of a partner, there used to be like a different kind of denomination for when you were killing your girlfriend because she had cheated on you. It was called like a murder of honor, and it was like a sort of a lighter crime. So you wouldn't go to jail for life. You would just, have a 5 years or 10 years sentence for having killed your girlfriend if she had cheated on you, if she had, dared to claim her freedom, even her sexual freedom or whatever. So yeah, I mean, so I can't say that when I was a kid I had that kind of upbringing, not because of my relatives were particularly traditional, they were not, but there probably wasn't, a lot of awareness back then. And I can tell like a huge difference between my generation and the new 20-year-olds generations, where this topic is much more felt and sensitive. So I think that what I'm, this topic for me is, I think I've worked a lot on it on my own, if you know what I'm saying. By reading, by, getting to know more people and from different parts of the world, and, and trying to develop, a little empathy towards, my female friends, of course. I guess it's a bit of a newer thing here than in other parts of the world. We still have to, we still have a long way to go.
That's really great, Fabri. Thank you for sharing that. It reminded me when you were talking about the killing of a partner being a softer thing. I just saw something, and of course, I'm not going to remember the dates, but like the date in which, in this nation, some states no longer had rape of your spouse as something that was tolerated. Like it was like you looked at the date of it. It's a little bit like if you look back over women's history, and you see like when voting rights came or when other rights came, and it's so late in the game, and like it does make sense that we are behind. It doesn't make sense, but it's you can see how it happens that we're behind in a lot of ways of real equality. But you also just said, you look at the younger generations, and I have to say, I look at my kids and their friends and that generation, and sometimes I'm really blown away by how matter of factical they are about stuff that I feel like, even for me, doesn't just come naturally, right? Like, just they're so matter of factical about it, and it gives me hope in a crazy world that seems oftentimes not so very hopeful right now. It gives me hope that the kids that are growing up right now are going to come up with a different language for all of this and actually just live differently and create change just by the notion of the way that. So yeah, thank you. I'm super grateful. It's a tough topic. I'm really glad everybody in this room is here going on this journey with us. And before we sing it again, Fabri, can I ask you if you want to just share anything else before we switch gears?
Uh, I guess I don't know. It's I hadn't sung this song for a long time. Like you said, like I had to cover for Yulan who couldn't make it for today. So I just thought like, oh, today's 25th of November. By the way, the story of this day comes from the killing of the three Mirabal sisters in Dominican Republic. They were like they were activists against the dictatorship of Trujillo. I mean, it's a long story, but it's worth reading that. And so I hadn't sang that song for a long time, and I discovered how useful it is, even just for me as a guy, to just put myself in a woman's shoes, even just to give her voice, to just to sing the song. And right when I was singing these verses, it got me a lot. Like, it hit the right spot. So what I was thinking, what I was singing is that like maybe I should try and dare write a song from a woman's perspective.
Wow, I think you should dare it.
It's a
And
resolution for the new year.
yeah, yeah. I mean, quite honestly, it's an exercise I think that a lot of us are trying to do every day, put ourselves in someone else's shoes, right? And all of the benefits that come out of that. And that's in global conflicts and in conflicts in your own home, right? The idea that you try to separate out and understand like both sides, or however you want to look at it. Um, it is really a way, I think, that we can engender better communication and peace. And so thank you, Fabri. There are some links in the chat about today's day. There's a couple of links to the UN and some pages that they have. Also, a link to Washington Post article about the conflict in Israel and Gaza and rape, and how it's a tool for violence and for war specifically. And also other links that are pertinent to what we're talking about. So please make sure you check out the chat. Those are also in the comments on YouTube and also on Facebook Live. So Fabri, we were talking a little bit about Ben Harper. I'm curious to know how many folks in the room already knew Ben Harper before coming in today. Okay, very nice. Yep. So it turns out to be one of Fabri's faves and one of mine. So it's very exciting. So maybe we should, Fabri, think forward to another Ben Harper song at some point, maybe on his birthday, whenever that is. Do you want to just share quickly about whatever you've got coming up next before we sing?
I have another couple dates before the year ends, and they're both in Italy. And then from mid-January, I'm gonna be on tour again all over Europe. There's a slight chance that I might come in March to the US, hoping. We'll
Yes.
see. And yeah, that's it.
Great. Thank you so much, Fabri. So we've got your website in the chat and the comments also, so folks can locate your tour dates for anybody who happens to be going to be in Italy. But we're super excited about whenever you come to the US, and hopefully you'll get to meet some daily antidoters in your travels. And I'll keep fingers crossed for the East Coast, of course. Fabri, can we sing that beautiful song with you one more time?
Absolutely. Mama, why does he treat me so cold? So cold, so cold. Why do I feel so old? So old, so old. How long has he treated me unkind? Unkind, unkind. Or have I always been so blind? So blind, so blind. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man, of a living man, of a living man. Why can't the time stay the same? Stay the same, stay the same. Now I am begging him to change. Please change, please change. What about the plans we made? The plans we made, the plans we made. Now I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man, of a living man, of a living man. Why does he hurt me so? Hurt me so, hurt me so. I'm gonna need some place to go, some place to go, some place to go. He's no longer some kind woman's son, kind woman's son, kind woman's son. Mama, I think I'd better run. I'd better run. I'd better run. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man. I'm a widow. I'm a widow. I'm a widow of a living man, of a living man, of a living man.
Thank you so much, Fabri. That's a powerful song. Today has been a powerful discussion. I'm so grateful to you for reminding us to be thinking about the topic, and to honor this day. And let's all just take a second to give all of ourselves and each other a little hug. That's a toughie. Thanks so much, Fabri. Can we please all show Fabri the gratitude that we are feeling here in Gratitude Month? Fabri, we can't wait to sing with you again, and of course to sing with you, Lon, at some point. I already know we've got you coming back in December to bring us that beautiful Tu scendi alla stella. Did I say that even halfway
Oh yeah,
right?
the Christmas song. Absolutely. I can't wait.
The Christmas song. I think that I've made him sing it every year. This will be your fourth Christmas singing that song with us, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. Thanks again for bringing this beautiful song. A shout out to Ben Harper for the amazing lyrics and the incredible work he does in the world, and also shout out to Fabri for all the good he's doing. And thanks to everybody for joining us out there on the live stream. Thanks for being here, and please check out the chat wherever you are for the different links of things to read and think about today. Also, just shouting out everybody around the world today who's filled with some form of struggle or another. And this song today went out to all of them. I want to thank everybody in this room for being here today. Kathy in Virginia, Athena in Brooklyn, Susan in Cincinnati, Julie in Ontario, Arlene in California, Bob in Albany, Carolyn in Idaho, Linda on Orcas Island, Mabel and a bear in Mass, Kevin in Washington, D.C., Kathleen in Albuquerque, Storm in Massachusetts, Annette in California, Aaron, thank you for running tech for us today, Brooklyn, New York, Fred in Silver Spring. Oh, David and Elsie, nice to see you guys back with us again. You guys can actually do a real hug. So far, I think you're the only ones that are two people. So yeah, okay, now I feel so much better. Thank you so much. Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Kevin Ennis in New Hampshire, Ann in Silver Spring, Maryland, Aloysius in Mass, Busy Graham coming in from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, Kathy in Denver, Nancy in Washington State, Kevin in DC. Oh, I saw Kevin already. Let's see, that's Ann in Nashville, Jamie in Victoria, Jane in Texas, Trish in Victoria, Hoda in British Columbia, Sheila in Florida, Kat in Vermont, Lynn in Connecticut, Elizabeth in California, Jamie in Victoria, Mommy in New Jersey, and Bob and a bear in Massachusetts. Thanks again, everybody. Lots of love to all of you. And